All right, it's time to get our pump on with Rock and Roll Nightmare. This movie's getting me amped. I want to fucking rock, man. This movie's dumb as shit. Holy fuck, and hilariously awesome. Okay, Slade Shepherd sent me this about a month ago or a couple of weeks back, and I was just like, oh hell yeah. Like, I gotta watch this shit. Rock and Roll Week came up, and I was just like, I gotta do this. And I was trying to get it done here and there, couldn't get it done, but I knew I needed to get it done just under the wire. The week ends in like a couple hours here, so I got it done. Let's talk about this. Holy shit. Okay, so this starts off with the title, The Edge of Hell. So I guess Rock and Roll Nightmare ain't the real title here, but that's whatever. This was written by the star of this, John Michael Thor. Really? Michael? M-I-K? He says his name at the beginning of like an introduction. I swear that's what it sounds. Oh, M-I-K-L. Sorry, Michael. Yeah, Michael. What a fucking ridiculous spelling of that name. So we start off with these parents, and the mom's down in the kitchen and she's cooking, and then a demon thing comes out of the oven, or is it the mom who's burning in the oven or whatever, and the dad doesn't really seem that, concerned about everything. He's just like, oh my god. The acting in this film is amazingly bad. Oh my good god. So then the opening comes, like after that, the credits openings, where we're just filming this van driving down the highway from a long distance for the entire opening over this music. And there's supposed to be commentary, like you're supposed to be able to understand what people are saying, I guess. But the music in it's so loud, you'd think they would adjust that for like this special edition so we could actually hear what people are saying. But I'm sure that's just all they had to deal with. And they were like, well, hopefully you can understand it. But I'm sure it wasn't anything all that important. Anyone ever watch Pod People, the MST3K Pod People? They have a very similar kind of scene where they're just filming like a Winnebago driving through the countryside and through like the forest or whatever, and it just goes on forever and ever, and you're just like, oh my god, how long can this go on for? So they get to this barn, basically, farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, where there's this freaking recording studio out in the barn, and this band's there with their girlfriends and their wives, and they're there to rock and have a good weekend getaway. And then they go to practice in the barn, and it's supposed to be a recording studio, but literally all it is just a band setup in a fucking barn. So that's not a recording studio, A. And B, do people really get like full dressed up, like full gear, full attire, full hair and makeup and clothing and sunglasses to record records? Like, that's pretty badass. And they got their girlfriends sitting there flirting with them, rocking out with them. Hell yeah, man, I need to be in a band. That looks fun as fuck. So then we get like some of the cheesiest special effects, but good ones. I love it. It kind of reminds me of like not as good, but kind of reminds me of some of the creatures from The Gate. This girl like goes to bite into her boyfriend's shoulder, and she just gets this like Black Roses type face, which is funny because the guy who directed this then directed Black Roses next. He gets that going, and then there's all these little weird creatures, these little mini monsters that, as I said, it looks kind of like The Gate or something, and those are all hilarious little puppets and whatnot. I thought those were hilariously freaking awful. Speaking of wearing sunglasses during an act that you don't normally wear them towards, one of the drummer, I think, is fucking his girlfriend with his sunglasses on, gives her 1 minute of pure pleasure, which then leaves her and comes back possessed by a demon and fucking gives her the ride of her life she actually deserved. And One of those little creatures just like comes over and spits in a drink. There's a lot of like random shit that's never actually like shown and addressed or anything. Then there's this like hot chick that comes in the house, and this guy, the drummer, doesn't even know who it is, and it's just like 2 seconds after he fucked his girlfriend, so I can't imagine he's all that much in the mood, but I guess he is. And he goes to like reach for her boob and try to like touch her or something, and she turns into a demon as he's like coming onto her. Very Shining-esque is I think what they were going for here. And he possesses her. She possesses him. And then we get a lot of Terminator references from him as well. And we get the music in this. There's a lot of different kinds of music, and I actually really liked the first song. I actually kind of liked all the songs that the band did in this. But then, like, look, the score, there's one that's very repetitive, but then there's another one that sounds very similar to Phantasm. So I couldn't help but know that. Then this fan club shows up, and they don't want to stay because they were just there to be fans of the band. And this only works for hot chicks, I guess, like showing up randomly at a band's retreat. And they're just like, come on in. Oh yeah, if I showed up anywhere like that, cops would be fucking called or I'd be killed. But these girls show up, and then they come in, and he's like, all right, we need someone to crush up the cocaine and, whatever. And the girls are like, what? That's not what we're here for. And he's like, no, you need to come in the basement or we're going to leave. And he's like, no, keep going to the basement. And they're like, okay, I don't know. And then like they show his hand, and it's a demon hand. And you're like, these girls were what? Just so scared they couldn't all run out of the house or say no and push him down, or like they're just like, okay, we'll follow you anywhere, big, scary, intimidating man. And we never see them again. I don't even know what the fuck happens to them. I'm guessing they die, but we don't really need to know because this movie's stupid as fuck. All right, and oh god, let's see. Yeah, so this guy is reaching out to grab his girlfriend's titty, and then oh no, it's the other way around. No, that's right. Yet again, it's the guy. A hand pops out of his chest, and this is because they're about to have a sex scene. So she drops her shirt and shows off her boobies, and then this guy is going to like take off his clothes so that they can start fucking, and a hand pops out of his chest, and she just sits there and goes, oh my god. And then it cuts to another couple. Well, they're not a couple, they get together in this episode, and they're fucking. And then when they're done, then we cut to Jean-Michael Thor fucking his girlfriend in the shower, but I'm not sure anyone in this movie has ever actually had sex. This is kind of like a room scenario where he's standing right in front of her and she's standing right in front of him, and he's like humping back and forth, and I'm like, you can't enter from that way. It's that, like, unless his, I don't know, but he'd have to still be thrusting. He'd have to be thrusting up even if it was curved. So I'm not really sure if that was supposed to be sex or not, but if it was, I want a refund. Even though I didn't pay for the movie. So Slade needs a refund because that wasn't sex, and I am offended. Where else? Oh yeah, and then that other sex scene that I was referring to, the one before the shower sex scene, is like the most teased boob ever. It is so like side boob, the most amount of blockage, side boob, camera angle. They get like every single camera angle imaginable to almost show this girl's boobs during a sex scene and then not show it. I saw every single inch of her boob except for her nipple. So that's so weird to me that actresses are totally fine showing like every bit of their tits except for their nipples. Like, that's just like, that's too far? Like, oh, I showed my nipples. Like, people are fucking weird, man. People are fucking weird. Like, let's just say that out loud. There's a lot of things that happen in this world that I am just baffled by. And that's one of them. I will show you all of my boob, but my nipple is off limits. Okay, sure. So moving on. Let's see. Then we get like a killer chicken monster in the refrigerator that's never really seen again. Just like reaches in the fridge and there's a little killer chicken. Very reminiscent of Slumber Party Massacre 2. What else we got here? Oh, he fucking drops his pen and ducks the monster jumping at him. Dude, that was some fucking skill right there. Didn't even mean to. He's still on point. And his girlfriend turns into a monster right in front of him, and he's super whatever about it, which at that time I've never seen this movie before, so I was like, that's extremely random. He wouldn't believe. And then he's kind of like feels like how I would be in that scenario, because I would just be like, okay, whatever, like that's no, that's not possible. So nice effects or whatever. Like I'm such not a believer that I wouldn't, but then we come to find out the big twist, which I've honestly have never seen this done before. So I have to say this twist was pretty badass. I've never seen it before. It's original. He tricked the demons into coming out, and he fucking made up all of it. Like he made them see all these people. He was there alone the entire time. Why he had to be fucking his girlfriend in this fake scenario that he made up. I mean, hey, if you're having fun, if you can create your own reality, all the girls should have been there with just him. I mean, if we're really being honest here, but I think he was trying to keep it a little more believable. But that beefcake, he could have 20 there. So, yeah. We find out that it's all an illusion created by the intercessor, fucking this dude, and he then has the most hilarious fight scene and flex scene, hence my opening here, that I've seen in a long time. That fight scene, I was cracking. Oh my god, I was dying. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? He's like dodging like freaking starfish rubber monsters and just like ripping them apart and doing everything to show off his body in this humongous road warrior costume, studded G-string, fucking, and his hair is all flowing in the wind, and he's got his rockin' makeup on, and he's kicking this fucking rubber suit monster. It can't even move. It's just like and he's just strangling it, and eventually he strangles it long enough that it goes, okay, intercessor, this time you win. And then he's like, goes out to the graves and he's like, I avenged my parents. I guess that was him in the beginning. That's what I'm assessing from this. That was his little thing there. But yeah, pretty cool twist. This movie was dumb as shit, and I had a blast with it. So thank you, Slade, again. And oh man, I'm going to have to look for Intercessor, another rock and roll nightmare. Hopefully it's as badass as this. All right, guys.
In the Intercessor.
Oh, fuck. Look at that body. Damn. Look at those muscles. Fuck, yeah, I get it, dude. Pump that shit. Fucking flex it. Yeah, there it is. God. You're so fucking ripped, dude. How'd you get so ripped? Oh, he doesn't like it. Fucking hair's on point.
The Archangel.
Fucking makeup ain't bad either.
It is the Creator's highest law that keeps you in a dark place, and yet you and your brethren still insist on coming into this world, trying to steal a place in the world of the living.
Yeah, fucking tell him.
When will you ever learn?
He never will, man. Show him what's up. Fuck yeah, look at that bikini. Sidestep it, man. Fucking get it, dude. Flex it.
I am bound by this law to strike you from this place. It's my job. This is your end. This place.
Dude, it's fucking time for battle, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah. Duck it. Oh shit, here comes more. Get it. Fucking, yeah. Fucking headbang that shit. Oh yeah. Fucking spike that shit. Touchdown. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Flex those fucking muscles. Damn. Alright.